Good morning, everyone. I am Sonny Roth 11, and I will be your host for these upcoming runs of Metroid Prime Randomizer and Soul Blazer Randomizer. But first, we have Metroid Prime Randomizer with Error Razor. Error Razor, take it away, my friend.
What's up? I hope y'all have. I hope y'all didn't get tired of me yesterday with Hollow Knight. So I'm back.
Oh, we're live.
We are also.
I'm
Say
the
hello
crowd.
to my co-commentator Bash Prime.
I'm Bash Prime. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep because I stayed up playing a bunch of Voltorb Flip.
All right, so we're in for a good time with this one. Bash rolled this seed. He knows what I'm about to go through. I don't, but I'll find out. And I don't think we'll waste any time. We'll get going in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey.
Good luck.
I will probably need it. These are very tame settings, though. These are just standard tournament settings. So some tricks and logic. Oh, I kept major cutscene removal on. Oh, that's fine. And I
Nice.
immediately screw up the...
Nice Baja blood colors.
Yep, we have the green HUD today.
I know you say your fusion suit turned off, but you got that nice blue suit as
Yep.
well.
The suit is blue. Also, starting with missiles, you love to see it. It's not our launcher, though, so missiles are not in logic. Do we care?
You can't legally
No.
fire them yet. You need your license.
I'm gonna fire them anyway. That's a problem. What's happening to my launcher? Okay, some more fallen hive totem, probably.
You've no idea how happy I was to get that there. So
I'm going to assume it's more fallen hive totem now. Just
so we want
saying.
to talk to them about like what you asked me to do for genning this seed.
Yes, I told Bash just we have an estimate of 2 hours to basically do his worst with rolling this seed, because usually the worst of the primes, worst of these kind of settings anyway, only goes about 2 hours. If we were to mess with other settings, this could easily be another hours or so. But we wanted to be tame and be more marathon safe. What we're doing now is we're going to Artifact Temple to collect one, collect an item, and 2, find out where all 9 of our artifacts are. There would be 6 normally, but y'all hit the incentive to increase that to 9. They could be literally anywhere. Oh, look, it's more missiles. Sure. So we're going to scan all of these. It's going to tell us where our artifacts are.
Interesting scan patterns. But hey, it works.
It works.
That's that CGC muscle memory kicking in.
That's 100%. That's 100% what it is, because CGC's settings is 9. All right, let's find out how bad these artifacts are. These will tell us the exact rooms that the artifacts are. It'll tell us what all we need to actually finish the seed. Ignore the one with the question marks up here. This is for the Phazon suit hint that we'll get later once we have all the artifacts.
That's a relatively new feature.
Why am I not surprised, Bash?
I forgot it's the first one.
Okay, so the third major boss of the game, Omega Pirate, is now required. I need X-ray visor. Okay, that I need super missiles now. MQB is also right there by Omega Pirate. Ruined Fountain. Okay, plants required. Is this an old boss's seat?
I don't know.
Overgrown Cavern is fine. Fendrana Canyon is fine. Fungal Hall
a
Access
couple
is
of decent
fine.
ones
I've already got a B down there, so Fungal Hall Access is fine. Main Plaza, that's probably the tree, knowing Bash. Well, if I didn't think I could skip the plant before, I definitely can't now. Flagra has an art, or the ghosts do.
Yeah, the Ruin Fountain.
Phazon Processing
check
Center
is
is fine.
connected to the Sun
Okay.
Chamber.
Okay, so 2 major bosses already confirmed hard required. And the way I route, we both know I'm going to be fighting the pile of rocks at some point.
So you asked me to do my worst, and I had been up late working, which I was working way too late, so I'm like, okay, hopefully this won't take too long to generate something.
Oh yeah, there's the question I was meaning to ask.
Took me like
how many times?
I think it took me like 5 generations. It wasn't long.
That's not bad.
I was like,
So-
I was like flabbergasted with like the artifacts. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, if y'all see me just opening up Scan Visor, quickly scanning something and moving, it's because Scan Visor is the greatest movement system in all of Metroid Prime.
Yeah, shouts to
Max,
the
you care to
Juniors.
explain while I'm making my way to this item?
Yeah, so Scan Visor is actually like a really neat way that like Retro Studios and Nintendo handled like the in-game lore and just the developing story. It's kind of up to you to discover what's been going on for yourself. But in terms of like metagaming and speedrunning and stuff, it's fantastic because so Prime is an extremely movement-based speed game, and it's not unlike Super Metroid. And so, so basically, if you put like Ocarina of Time, Ocarina of Time has like this lock-on system, and you can sort of side hop, strafe dash to the side to avoid enemies charging at you or enemies shooting projectiles at you. So it gives you a neat little movement option during combat. Now, normally when you do it, it speeds you up real quick. It's a little like hop. You speed up and then you slow down like almost immediately afterwards. However, you can just let go of the lock on like halfway through that dash, and you keep all the speed that it gives you. And that's for like any lock on that you have. Well,
Because
Scan Visor just gives you so many lock on points. Nice major cutscene removal, by the way.
Yep.
That's something
keep
that threw me off, like, and it will still throw me off sometimes. When
Yeah.
you're just like, oh yeah,
Yeah, because
you're
for
in
some
control
reason-
of Samus in the elevator.
For some reason, there is no sideways movement cap.
But then stuff like having to look at that grapple ledge item manually when normally the cutscene
Yeah.
would show you. Okay,
Oh,
so it's
another
right
thing
there.
the other thing that sucks about major cutscene removal, there's Varia's suit. So cool, no heat runs today.
What was that lighting on your arm cannon? That was strange.
That was.
Oh, you know what? I've seen that before. That's a neat little visual bug, I think, that can happen.
I'm trying to remember what I was about. I was about to say something. Oh yeah, the one downside, and this is probably the version I use minor cutscene removal in this version instead of before. I have major on this one because I forgot to change the reset. Is that you have to actually sit through the Thardus appearing cutscene.
Oh yeah.
You can't skip it. Speaking of Thardus, there's Thermal Visor. Yeah, I am 99% sure this is Morph Ball and Hype Mecha.
I think it has to be, yeah.
I mean, it could be Space Jump.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
It could be Space Jump, but I think it's Morph Ball. Yeah.
I glanced at the item list, so I'm like, I don't fully remember where things are.
By the way, using Scan Visor, you could skip the fight.
Yep.
You'll see me skip a couple of fights like this.
Toaster Party told me you can trigger the fight, scan dash, and leave the room, and then come back in, and you can just walk over the bridge. I don't know how accurate that is.
You can just walk over the bridge.
I thought the
after
boss
you
fight
reload?
just resets. I think you still have to skip it, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think you still have to skip it, but yeah, you can just scan dash across the water and leave the room. I do know that. Alright, now the next big point of this seed is trying to find our first big movement. AKA
movement happening.
bombs or space jump. The game will give you one of them early usually, and then probably make you cry to find the second one.
I'm happy to announce that I had a really iffy check here on my Voltorb flip, and it was not a Voltorb.
Oof.
I'm happy.
Also, a new feature that's been added to Rando recently. I would have, if it was more stable, I might have actually done it for this. Is you can shuffle all of the door types now. So this door could randomly be a plasma door.
Yeah, I'm scared of trying that out.
Why do I keep getting seeds with Spider Ball here?
Oh yeah, that's there.
Yep. That's twice in a row I've gotten one there. Good thing with major cutscene removal is I don't have to watch the cutscene as the fight tries to trigger there.
Yeah, so there's normally an invisible wall in front of the Morph Ball tunnel, but if you get the item before you trigger the fight, or even if you I think even during the fight, it'll
Yeah.
It'll disappear and you can just escape.
So I guess now the only thing we can really do is head towards Watery Hall. Well, we could go pick up that Varia suit.
Yeah, you have a couple of options.
I'm gonna go pick up the Varia suit. Honestly, I should have done it instead of coming back through here. Then, but
Yeah, the silver lining is that you'll get the vault check as well on the way.
yeah, well, I'll get to see it.
You'll get the intel on it. Yeah, sorry.
Even though Vault loves to just be missiles. Oh, that was a bad dash. So, I guess while I'm just moving towards Varia suit, how is chat this morning? It's pretty early. Did everyone enjoy the 8 hours of Final Fantasy Randomizer? 15 completed seeds.
It's definitely a lot of seeds completed in 8 hours.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a lot of seats completed in general, since, you know, the entire marathon is all rando.
True.
We gotta have the energy. I hope I get bombs early. Yep. I should have prepped the sound bit for that. That you always use.
Oh, you're good.
It would have been hilarious. And of course it is missiles and vault.
It's a very valuable missile.
It might be.
Oh, I guess during this bit of downtime that we have too, this randomizer app has a very small chance of making a missile drop or missile expansion shiny, a la Pokemon.
I would love to have a shiny missile on this.
So it's basically a blue missile expansion. It's purely cosmetic, but it's pretty
great.
neat.
Something
I think they have
I'd
Oh, go ahead.
Something I'd love to have early is it would be cool if I end up with early bombs, because then I get to show up another feature of the randomizer. Patching in something from the Metroid Prime trilogy from the Wii is the Rando support Spring Ball, which I have enabled in these settings. However, you are required to have Morph Ball bombs to be able to use it. All right, now we're about to go from hardly finding and getting any items to an entire flurry of items all at once. Well, 3 to be exact. More if we find bombs. More E.
Nice energy tank.
I'm actually really glad to have that scene when I might attempt to do this in SJ. So that extra E tank is very appreciated, actually. Depends on what the item is.
Yeah, luckily.
Oh, there's bombs.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna check Dynamo first, actually.
Yeah, so far the seed giveth and taketh away. You
It,
got the artifacts, then you have the
gives an
start.
item. Yeah, that's like the start's really. The downside with loaded start though is you could always be on a late game hunt for plasma beam.
Oh wow, you just get to check this right now.
Yeah,
this is one of the worst rooms to backtrack for.
Yeah, it's so out of the way, and it's just so slow.
Let's see. I think. Oh, I had a. So the other seed that I gen for you. So I ended up having 2 candidate seeds, and the second one was good enough, but this seed I felt was better. But the other seed had you get plasma here to get Spider Ball in, I think, Shorelines Behind Ice, to then come back here for an artifact.
So rude. Alright, we can scan this to see what this is. Okay, it's not.
That's usually dead. It's pretty amusing when it's not.
Hey, I mean, the trick logic's in place to where you could really just get a laugh out of it and it be bombs. Even though if there was no trick logic in place, that would be locked by bomb. Right, I don't have space jump.
Yeah. So some of the tricks that Arrow is expected to do are bomb jumps, combat. So I think the combat's like with specific amounts of energy or like
Yep.
without certain items. Uh, so dashing, so combat and scan dashes. Gravityless underwater movement, that's nice. Um, knowledge, nice spring jump.
And
Oh,
there it
speaking of jumping,
is!
that could be a pretty troll space jump sometimes because
That is
I
a-
have missed that in Seeds.
Yeah, I have too. I will say though, having spring ball makes a lot of the bomb jump stuff much easier because you can get the maximum height for that second jump with the bombs. It also gives a possibility for another really cool trick in Ice Ruins East. However, I have Spider Ball, so the trick's not necessary. I'm gonna do it anyway to practice it, but still.
Oh no. I hate that trick. It's like one of the hardest HPJs in the game, at least for me.
Spring Ball makes it very easy though.
Yeah. So another advantage here of major cutscene removal, we just get to go straight here.
We're
Yeah,
valid.
nice.
Also, the flamethrower, hiding a flamethrower.
If only it was on Zoid, but it's fine.
I know, right? Alright, now to completely cheese the entire point of this boss, and we're just gonna sit up here until it opens its helmet. Because you're not supposed to have space jump before you come here.
You
However,
can even
because
like
of where
slow
space
jump
jump,
up here too.
Yep. However, because of where space jump is in the vanilla game, if you know how to do any kind of dashes, you can just get space jump as soon as you start, and skip the entire early part of the game. Something else that's horrible but fun for viewers that I thankfully don't have to do is if I have boost ball instead of bombs, I can still get out of here. It's just
With enough patience.
yeah. Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, not too bad at the start.
There was a CGC practice I did where I came in here looking for bombs and got boosts, and I'm like, game. No. Speaking of removing cutscenes, that makes this whole little section a lot faster than it already is. Spring Ball even more so, making it more trivial.
Yeah, Spring Ball is so nice for this. Definitely one of like the few like unquestionably better things about Trilogy over the GameCube versions.
Yeah. It's like, why don't you play Trilogy? I'm like, take a look at everything they patched out for
Yeah.
Trilogy.
There's a room called like for instance called Crossway, and normally you're supposed to like go on this half pipe and then with boost ball and like go up and down it, and then you gain enough speed. Wow, look at these tanks.
Sheesh. All the E.
So you're supposed to build up enough speed on them to get to a spider track. However, you can stand on. By the way, that
What the
spider track you can just
camera?
stand on.
Oh yeah, let me. I'll shut that off real quick.
There's a lot of like collision that doesn't look standable, but or even if it looks standable,
I screwed it up, but it's fine. You'll still be
you can stand on it and jump off of it, and so there's just these two like things on the wall decorations that you can just stand on, and Retro in the Trilogy version basically patched it out so that you couldn't jump when you're on one of them.
Gonna
you can just get to the other one and jump off of it.
I'm not even gonna look at this. I'm just gonna show off the trick. If I come on. What am I bonking on? Oh, the spider track itself.
Yeah, the collision here is kind of the ledge he's jumping on and jumping off of is kind of odd.
That just happened.
It's all right.
Yeah, this room in general is and thankfully I don't have to do the dumb bomb jump. Just missiles.
I mean, you can just spring ball. You can just spring jump to it too.
Yeah.
Actually, that's arguably better because you can control your movement and then jump into it. So I don't know how consistent it makes it with spring jump, but
I've done it before. It's doable. And it is easier than just trying to bomb jump into it.
gotcha.
Because, yeah. Well, since the plant's required, let's go fight the plant. Actually, we're gonna do things slightly out of order. Actually, yeah, Ruined Fountain's an artifact, right? Yeah. We're gonna do things
I believe it
slightly
is,
out
yeah.
of order. We're gonna do something out of order. We're gonna do Fountain first. I have Spider and Space Jump, so we'll do that first because I want to go from Flogra Ghost into Magmore and not come back this way. Like I said, if it looks like you can stand on it, you can stand on it. If it doesn't look like you can stand on it, you can probably still stand on it. I missed it. Whoops. No, don't target the enemy. I think I morphed too early.
Yeah, sometimes you need like momentum getting on it. It's weird.
Yeah, because
I
Samus
do a
just like
different setup.
keeps them. There's like there's like a couple different setups for this. This is just the one I learned.
By different, I mean better.
Thankfully, I have all the health in the world to stand in this poison water. There it is.
There you go. Nice.
You're supposed to beat the plant boss first to be able to ride up this fountain here. Unfortunately, there is zero reason to check. Let me go to Ruin Shrine first. Because I got Bomb, Space Jump, now I can get both other checks there.
Oh, another thing too is forgot to mention, Arrow starts with Charge Beam. These settings. It's a pretty common thing to do for Prime 1 Rando. By default, it's shuffled. Wow.
Oh, I missed
those
it.
dashes.
Oh, I forgot about this artifact.
Yeah, by default, Charge Beam is usually shuffled into the item pool, so you have to go find it. But
what was that, missiles? Yeah.
frequently, super missiles end up being required, and you need Charge Beam to fire supers.
Yeah, that'd be kind of rude if you need to find both charge and supers just to
And
fire
charge
supers.
can be pretty much anywhere, since it doesn't really. All it really blocks are super checks.
Though, in the seed I played with door rando testing, right? A good portion of my doors were flamethrower doors. And then I found flamethrower before I even had plasma, and I'm like, really? Oh no, y'all need to move. Well, that was unfortunately a trip not entirely worth it. You'll see me in Morph Ball a lot because Morph Ball moves faster than walking. It's faster to roll than to walk.
Yeah, when walking, Samus is around 11.8 speed, and when rolling in Morph Ball, Samus is around 20 speed, so she's nearly twice as fast in Morph Ball.
Alright, let's go smack a plant. Now, with major cutscene removal, this boss is significantly faster. Because normally, this is cutscenes the boss.
Yeah, Flogra is actually a very fast boss outside of the cutscenes.
With the cutscenes gone, there's not much there to have. And with me having 4 energy, I can be very reckless with this too. Because usually with major cutscene removal, you also take more damage during the fight.
Nice skip.
It let me spring ball jump while hitting on the edge of that. That was cool.
I think, fun fact, I think that skip right there was one of the first things patched for the in Metroid Prime by Retro Studios.
Yeah.
Briefly at launch, they did a very small like hotfix release called 1.01, and those copies are extremely rare. There was like a bounty on it that if you could either, I think, get it ripped for runner at the time Claris, or send her the disc, you would get $50. That was years ago though.
I remember that actually.
Yeah, typically for NTSCU, it's 1.00 and then 1.02, the player's choice one. Yeah.
Fun
So,
fact.
oh,
Yeah, you can explain it while I'm doing this real quick, because I'll be done in a few seconds.
yeah. So these bomb slots are actually just regular damage triggers. They're not physically coded to be bomb slots, even though they look like them. So all that arrow needs to do is just get close and then physically just bomb the trigger. And
Which
that's
is
Flagra.
trivial with Space Jump.
Yeah. And then also the cutscene removal.
Oh, it's the ghost.
Flagra actually is surprisingly strong. You don't have any iframes when it hits you, unlike some other enemies. And depending on what happens, you can get like stuck on Flagra's collision or on its hitbox. Nice music, by the way.
Yep.
With major cutscene removal, because you're still able to play the game while Flogger gets stunned or goes into its like damage animation. The fight's like free.
And now that we've technically fallen down the room, even though we only went like a few feet.
Yeah, so there's a trigger like partway down that spider track that after you defeat Flagra, that's what makes the Chozo ghosts appear.
Now I have none of the convenient stuff for these guys.
Power beam, it's fine. Yeah, so because there's a missile on Flagra, this will be the artifact.
Yep. Ah, that one hit me. Oh, I couldn't get the stun lock. No. Okay. Cool. I'm just not getting any stun locks today. Let's see if I can get a stun lock on this one.
So, some invisible enemies you can still hit with like combat visor, even if they're invisible. Chozo ghosts are like one of the few exceptions where, when they're invisible, you physically cannot hit them unless you have X-ray visor equipped.
Which is very
speed
unfortunate.
things up considerably. And then the other thing too is that the way that Chozo ghosts are coded, if you hit one, they'll almost immediately go into or they'll go into like their animation roll, they'll disappear. So you want them to what you want to do is shoot them as they're about to disappear, because that'll actually give them a knockback and stun them a bit before they'll attempt to.
I
like,
was able to,
move.
yeah, and as you saw partway through it, I did get one stun lock,
Yeah.
but that was that.
And that gives you just enough time to charge a power beam shot to try to stun lock them.
Yep. So as long as they don't like randomly change direction or go into a wall, that was a fast drop.
That was a nice damage boost.
Yeah. All right, let's go swim in lava.
Yeah, this routing works out pretty well. Lava Lake is a kind of out of the way check in Magmore, and
if you don't have early bombs, it can easily be orphaned.
Or bombs could just be in Lava Lake.
I hate that.
Yep. I was trying to get that in your seed, but
another thing that could have been rude would have also been power bombs there with bombs somewhere else.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's possible you need power bombs to get access to bombs, because power bombs can open up most of the bomb checks in Chozo.
We're already at 50 missiles, so I would actually like some beam combos.
Or just beams.
Yeah, beams in general would be nice. I'm actually surprised we haven't found a single one yet. which means they're probably all here. But Magmor loves to either have nothing or everything. No in between. Why can I get that jump every time when it's nothing I need, but if it's something I actually want, I'll miss it?
Probably not pressure to execute well.
Yep, probably. One
That
thing I
enemy
love
that
about
arrow
Spring
just
Ball-
passes a Triclops, and where is Arrow right now? The Triclops pit.
Yep. One thing I love about checking this with Spring Ball is I never have to leave Morph Ball during this entire thing. That looks like Gravity Suit.
So that will help for late Magmor checks, although...
I have Spider, so it
yeah, you
doesn't
already have Spider, so it's already in
entirely
logic
matter.
with Wave Beam.
Well, yeah, once I have Wave Beam.
It's not in logic yet, but it would otherwise be in logic.
Something about the Gravity Suit, though, is it also puts in the potential for Frigate to potentially be important later. Still need a couple beams for that, though.
Yeah, you need a Wave and Ice Beam.
Wow, I hit one of the things in midair and just stops my momentum entirely. Okay.
Yep.
Completely yeet across the monitor station.
This is a good example of Istanbul terrain.
We'll come back for Transport Tunnel A because that's where we're going from here.
Yeah, there's another item that Arrow doesn't have access to yet without power bombs.
Speaking of power bomb lot things, this is more missiles. I think this is one of those cases where Magmor's just nothing. I've only got 2 more available checks here right now.
Yeah, I don't have the item list in front of me. Not like I would tell you, but
I'm about to say, you're not gonna say anything anyway.
I'm kind of letting myself be surprised by this too, because I'm just like, oh yeah, like what's the early game like?
I mean, the early games happened here. Gave me a lot of movement and not a single beam to my name.
I mean, that's not bad for early game, because the beams will
No,
usually
it's
just
not.
kind of fall into place.
Also,
Usually.
in the current state of... Oh, I got shot at the start of the dash. Oh! Okay. This is why I'm glad I have a lot of health. Those cannons can do some damage to you.
They could do like 16 damage per shot with Varia. They're like surprisingly strong. They look just like that.
Yeah. So, in the current situation, I would ideally like to find Ice Beam first. That's
there's a beam.
not what I want.
Best beam in the game.
The beam that you
the
could
seat
literally...
knows what you want.
Honestly, my progression is probably just chilling in a freaking crash site.
Oh yeah, you do have that check. That's a cool gravity suit look.
And it'll look completely
It
different.
almost
once I
looks
leave
like
the
the
elevator.
beta Phazon suit.
Yep. Right. Missiles. You'd think you'd be able to bomb these little walls. Alright, let's see what's behind the ice. Missiles. What's in the lighthouse? That looks like a power bomb.
I didn't quite check. Or see.
I'll get a good look at it in a moment. That is a power bomb expansion. Oh, this game is insanely fun, even if you don't do all the stupid movement. Yeah, the ball changes colors based on what suit you have. Whoa. Camera, please.
I am pleased to report that I've gotten Voltorbed.
Bash.
Boost ball? What is that?
That is a boost ball.
It's
I'll
a
be back for
Fajana.
that.
It's pretty close to vanilla.
Yeah,
fine.
that is actually almost...
It-
I mean,
it's
it can't
fine.
be vanilla because vanilla is an artifact. Alright, I have Spider for this, but I really want to practice
Arrow,
this.
it's fine. Oh my god,
Nice.
you can do that?
Yes.
Nice
Spring Ball
supers.
makes that so trivial. Also, supers are nice. Oh, I can go get that power
That's
bomb.
not fair.
I can go get that power bomb.
Yeah, actually, that's a nice thing
That's
to get right
actually
now.
really good right now.
I don't think we have any
'Cause
knowledge on if that opens up anything yet, or I mean, if there
It's
if that items behind it yet. Just
yeah. Well,
locations that are
that
accessible.
one power bomb is out of logic. But
Yeah, you still need your license
because
to lay them.
but we can still use it.
Speaking of
And
which,
what's
Arrow,
good
when are you
with
gonna go to the landing site and get those missiles?
probably when I finally go back to landing site. All right. This also opens up magma pool. All right. I really hate doing this with the possibility that I walk out of here with no items. But this is also the only item I have left here because the other check is all the way in courtyard, and we already know it is a artifact. So we're gonna check for vanilla wave beam. This is when Bash trolls me, and this is gonna be a different beam.
It's gonna be grapple beam 2. The
I
second
already.
one. There are 2 grapple beams placed.
Imagine if you replace all the junk items with just multiple grapple beams.
Oh, Arrow!
Actually,
I
this-
just realized why that boost ball is great. I remember genning it. And I was like, oh yeah, that's great because you can get that item with a trick called infinite speed.
That we both know I will never do.
Yeah. Well, actually, you could I think actually achieve infinite speed with Spider, but in the interest.
Oh, it's vanilla.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm starting to remember this seed
So
now.
I'm just gonna say now, I'm now really glad I picked up that power bomb. Because a power bomb makes this little fight very trivial.
Vanilla wave beam is a pretty big troll.
It's a bit of a troll, but it's not as bad as you finding a different beam here when you don't have wave. Because this check also loves being plasma or ice.
Oh, nice major cutscenes. I forgot that Sheegoth just immediately appears. Also,
Come
shoutouts
closer.
to random boss sizes where if it can get so big that it'll just get stuck in its chamber. It'll just like kind of moonwalk in place.
And this is why power bombs are busted.
Yeah, power bombs do a ton of damage. It's nuts.
It's one of your last vanilla progression items for a reason. Because, like, it just... one of the major bosses, the major boss here, Thardus. Yeah, power bombs kind of tear that boss apart.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa. Had to.
Yep. Alright, now I need to try to get another power bomb drop. But with Wave Beam, we can go further now.
Well, you did just leave the room. Thanks for having me on commentary. It's been a fun ride.
Also, that was actually a good dash. I usually get stopped by one of the pieces of ice along the path.
Yeah, so without Ice Beam, Arrow's eventually going to get to a dead end with Labs. That's having 2 beams, Wave and Plasma, or Wave and Ice would be nice. Wave and Plasma would take care of all the early game Vendrana checks. We know that so we know that Boost Ball's locked behind it. There's another item locked behind Ice that actually you can't really see without going out of bounds, and so depending on depending on where Plasma ends up being, like it's like I don't know. There's the pressure of like needing to go back for something potentially important.
Yeah. Boost, though, is very worth going back for.
Oh yeah, without question.
Because, we'll talk about it when we get to it, but it has a nice little interaction with Meta Ridley.
Oh, speaking of which, if you're going in that direction.
I won't be, plus major cutscene removed.
Oh yeah, you got Wave
Yeah.
Beam, you can do stuff.
Yep. Of course, I didn't get it first try.
Yeah, I don't think Sheegoth was in the right spot.
Missiles. Okay, so I think I'm going to do labs first, and then after labs, fight the pile of rocks and go through workstation. Surely by then I'll have Ice Beam, right? Speaking of more standable terrain that you would think you can't stand on,
Mm-hmm.
if I don't, slide off a rock. Alright, can I get this
I
dash
just
right?
got a new cell phone, and I just made that my notification sound.
Nice.
I usually don't like mess
Oh,
with the
wait.
like custom ringtones and stuff much. I don't know what I'd want to use for like a actual ringtone though. If
Alright,
I'm
so
gonna
we're
do
gonna
something Metroid or
save
related.
here, because if there's nothing in labs, we can just reset the game and be right back here.
Yeah, another good save spot is at least now you can save in labs, and then if need be, just you can
Yeah, like
warp out.
if I get something in Hydra or Observatory.
Yeah, the thing though with that is I take it so you probably would just want to go back to Magmore because you have those power bombs. But the
Yeah.
ship save is all like the ship warp start is also like a powerful
Well,
option.
my intent after labs is to fight Thardus in the workstation.
Oh yeah, you can just do that.
Yep. Stop dodging my missiles. Wait, there's still one of you?
With extreme prejudice.
Very extreme. It's like, we only need 2 missiles to kill them. Fires a super missile. Given I have enough missiles, I can just start flinging super missiles all over the map, all over the room. Given I don't want to run too low on missiles. Without plasma, I'm going to want super missiles for rock. Who needs elevators?
Fun fact, I think space pirates are the only enemies in the game that ragdoll, like the regular troopers and the beam troopers.
Yeah. Missiles. I'll leave the last one alive.
Wow, I got Voltorb and I lost 2 levels. This is fantastic. It's your fault, Arrow.
Of course it is. Alright, time for more dumb dashing. Because logically, I can't go further than this without Boost Ball.
Just go get it. It's fine.
Or we'll just dash across
Go get
the
boost.
giant gap. Well, I kind of want that.
I missed that. What was it?
X-ray visor.
Oh yeah, and we know that it's required.
Kind of required since Omega Pirate's required. Oh, come on. Nice. It's also nice that you can use all these slopes in the area to get yourself yeeted even further.
Yeah, going up slopes when you jump gives you more height for some reason.
So we need to save here because this is our new save point.
Yeah, you're gonna want that. You want to keep that
It
X-ray.
might actually be worth a warp to start.
Yeah. You have quite a few routing options. Wave beam is a very big find in this game because it opens up a ton of checks.
It also gives me a reason to go check Training Chamber. So I might actually warp to start after this because I've got to save an observatory instead of the starter labs.
Mm-hmm.
I can enter Thardus from the other side. Do I even have a power bomb drop? Yeah, I did get one at some point. Alright, let's try to skip another fight trigger. And successfully done.
Nice.
Now to get this item. This is oddly one of the few things that are not patched out in Trilogy. Right, major cutscene removal. There's no cutscene here.
Even with minor cutscenes, it just goes. It Hey, there's your ice.
There's
Right there.
wrong ice.
It's pretty ice find.
Given though, ice spreader is actually deceptively useful in final bosses.
Yeah.
Skip
Yeah, it's a great
exact
definitely makes EXO more consistent. I think it's actually slower to use. From
It is slightly slower. If you can aim the ice beam very well, it is a little slower.
yeah.
What mainly when I use it, what I typically use it for is to skip the next phase. So as it turns around, I'll use ice spreader.
So Labs is one of those places that actually has like pretty
A
dense number of checks
lot
for
of
the area not being too big, but
missiles and missiles.
then you have the situations where like it's just
I'll grab the
all
lower one.
like all dead or mostly dead, and
You
then
know
you
when I
come here,
have
it's like praying that ice beam is either here or just not here.
Speaking of ice beam, this would be a very rude place for ice beam.
Yeah. So the way to so with vanilla elevators, actually no, I
So
think regardless.
reset percent, reset percent.
Nice. So late Fendrana always requires light beam, ice beam to enter, and so one of the entrances to it is from this room that era reset in, so it's effectively a dead end. But with the save stations used to not have warp to start feature. Echoes actually had that before Prime did for like I think a year.
Yeah, but now that Prime has it, we're about to actually use it.
Yeah, it's
So
super nice.
very
It
much
could save on a
so.
lot of backtracking, especially in vanilla seeds, like or vanilla elevator layouts.
Yeah. Sometimes they're completely useless on random elevators, or when random start, because sometimes your random start's just horrible.
Yeah.
Alright, warping back to landing site, and I'll finally be able to legally fire missiles.
Very nice. I'm happy. Well done.
There, we now have our missile launcher. We can
There
actually
you go.
launch missiles now. That's
Yeah, just
actually a
pretend the first
hilarious spot.
45 minutes, Era didn't actually fire any missiles. Just pretend like that didn't happen. So
Yeah, I
we
didn't
know
fire missiles.
now we're just finding out about the artifact temple hints and all that.
Get those out of the way. If we had ice beam, I would probably climb up and reverse back at Chozo. What was that game? Sure. I do kind of still want. I have 2 beam combos, so I'd like to have a couple more missiles. Okay, nothing here. Oh, I know what we can do. We can go out of bounds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Arbor Chamber. Root Cave's fully in logic, so like, there's a good chance that's a beam. Also, shoutouts to no music for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that's happening. It's weird.
I feel like it's an issue with warp to start. Alright, so we went here earlier in the game. Dropped it. How did all of those miss the door? Okay. You're good, Goron.
So I think that gamer enemy you just passed for is like one of the like weird like enemies that is just a guaranteed power bomb refill, which in this game matters
It's
because
huge.
the refill
Also,
system in Prime sucks.
glad I have X-ray, so I don't have to like shoot around and remember where these are.
Big improvement for it in Echo. Oh,
Oh!
nice power bomb.
Okay, that gives a lot more consistency to power bombs now. Alright, this is the only out of bounds in this game I ever bother to do, so
Very easy to do, and it's
it's also the safe one.
kind of. I mean, you can still screw up and
Oh yeah, you can still mess up and fall down to the bottom of the world.
down. Okay, it didn't actually fall down yet. There you
Landed
go.
right on top of it, and it was missiles.
Yeah, just a blue door on this side so you can escape.
Part of me wants to go back to Magmore and check some things, but I think I have a few more checks in Chozo than I do in Magmore. Okay, I hit something, but okay. All right, we can check to see what's inside the tree. I wonder what's in there. Wood? I mean, mostly. Oh wait, item-wise? Yeah, there's just a giant hollow spot in the tree with an item. Missiles.
Yeah, fun fact, that's like main power bombs. You can see the glow from the pickup.
You can see the glow regardless of where main power
It's a
bombs
physically
are.
huge item model.
My favorite spot for main power bombs is actually lower furnace, because an upper furnace just glows.
Oh yeah, it does. You can see it.
Alright, let's go check Tower of Light, which is now in the current version of Randovania now actually able to logically have something.
Yeah, that was a weird quirk of Randomania. So so there was an app that I made for Prime 1 randomization, and then about a year or two ago, I think a year and a half ago now. No, a year ago.
Yeah, about a year ago.
It was like early 2021, I think. I stopped supporting it in favor of it moving to Randomania, and then I think Randomania is just a better app overall with its item logic and item filling system, and then also multi-world support. These games have multi-world, and it is a time.
I fell, so we're gonna check this first.
Yep.
So yeah, Tower of Light. We love to call it Tower of Missiles. Usually you need to use like, what is it, like 20-something missiles? Or more?
You need like 34, I think, or let's see, 4. You need 36 missiles usually, normally. So you
Or
need 40 on hand.
if you nail a pair of really funny dashes, you can skip needing any of them. I hit the side of the column.
Did you not? I thought you still had your space jump. That was weird.
Yeah, just a little weird. It's fine. It gives me a reason to practice this. This hasn't been in Logic for so long, so I need to de-rust these dashes anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what the heck? You know what? We're just gonna do the first columns and see what the item is, because that's only like 12 missiles. And then if we need to, we'll do the dashes to get to the rest of it. One of the few cutscenes not skipped because it's our Phazon suit. Well, so much for getting, so much for getting the hint. Wow.
Down? I mean, that one was just your fault.
That one was entirely my fault. All I picture from that one is what happens when a cat tries to make a jump that it clearly does not make. just drops. Okay. Oh, now I get this. There's no... Did I really just miss that? Oh, look, I didn't land in the water this time. Whoops, I almost jumped out of the slot after hitting it. Let's not. Oh,
I think your B press on the initial dash isn't fast enough.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
What I do is, yeah, I flick the B button, and then I also save my space jump for right before I go
Speaking of Randovania, Dark Zero's in the chat.
Hello, Dark Zero. Randovania developer extraordinaire.
Okay, that one was just a really bad dash. Shows how out of practice I am with Tower of Light.
Worst comes to worst, you can just missile them. Don't feel like you have to do the dashes.
I just hate using the missiles. Yeah, if I don't get it this time, I'm just gonna do the normal strat. Oh, we got that one. Also, I think I would have it easier if I did it off this one. Yeah, actually.
And there you go.
Horrible spot for this, by the way.
Yep.
I could have been really punished if I never came back to choose.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it is purple and black. We were talking about it earlier, which color, because I forgot which one I had it set as. It is purple and black.
It's a nice color scheme.
It is. So our main shopping list here now is we need Ice Beam, Wave Beam. Actually, I think that's it. I think it's just the beams. Because we know where Boost is.
You need Boost Ball eventually.
We know where Boost
need
is.
is a strong word.
No, I very much want it, though. It is worth the backtracking to save, like, 4 minutes on a fight.
Well, I guess you need it technically for X-ray visor, so you need to go get it to make it valid.
Yeah. Yeah, because it did logically require it. Well, not... Well, yeah. Observatories logically required boost regardless. Oh, I don't have to do the dash here. Forgot I have actual grapple. Hey, that's vanilla.
Nice.
Alright, 3 power bombs. I don't so much care about mains at this point. Been a while since we've seen one of those. Alright, this is
You're
the
kind of good on energy for the run.
This is the spot we want to be nothing. And it's nothing. Training Chamber is horrible. Unless you're playing Echoes, then Training Chamber's fine. If it's Echoes, it's Gathering Hall you want to be nothing. Alright, I think we had... What are the chances of having 2 vanilla beans?
It's a good question.
I mean, I'm going to find out because that's 100% where I'm going. How many item locations? 100. Both Prime games have that. Well, no. I think Prime 2 has more because of the beam ammo.
Prime 2 is 119.
Yeah,
because you have the 18 temple keys and an ETM.
Yep. And then Prime, I want to say is, yeah, it's just straight up 100. All right, I've already done the puzzle here. I mean,
I like
Dark
Dark
Zero
Zero's odds. It's either vanilla, it's not. It's a solid 50-50.
Do we add in a higher chance knowing that Bash rolled the seed? And specially picked
I don't know,
this one?
do you?
Could just be a beaming crossway.
My 3DS is running out of battery, so I have to charge it in order to do more Voltorb flip.
Yep, time to charge it.
I'd like to borrow your charge beam for a little bit.
You know what? I'm gonna do this just to show off a trick.
Alright. Boost and Spider and Supers, what are those? Oh, you jump on that one. That's interesting. Oh.
Shoutouts to Cosmonaut for showing this strat off. I missed it, but you get the idea of it. I'm not gonna do it again.
It's a good try.
But that's how the trick
it's
works.
cursed.
You just roll into the... It's kind of cursed, but it's also really cool. I just wanted to show it off once, even if I missed the item. Because I don't exactly need more E-Tanks. 5 is plenty having all 3 suits. Because with all 3 suits, you take, like, half the damage. So unlike the ghost fight earlier, this time we have all the convenient stuff for this. Also, it's major cutscene removal, so I'm actually going to hit this first. Alright, so we're going to try to avoid triggering ghosts for things later and do a dumb bomb jump that is also made a lot easier just by Spring Ball.
Gonna spring into action.
Or Spring Down, apparently.
Down.
Oh, that was bad. Oh! No! Because if you activate the wave slot, the wave bomb slot, it will forever spawn ghosts in this room when you come back. However, if you don't activate the bomb slot and skip your way to the tunnel, ghosts will never spawn in here again. Can I stop rolling off an edge? I'm gonna give us a couple more tries, and if I don't get it,
I think HVG might actually be easier for that because you're having too much speed, and so you're getting shot past the tunnel.
Yep.
You want that last bomb to be kind of lower, or you want your physical morph ball placement to be lower?
Yeah, that's the one. I need to make that second bomb lower like that. Well, that was too low. I've only gotten this a couple times. Also, it doesn't help if my angle is bad.
Yeah, this camera is not very friendly sometimes.
There
Oh,
it
nice.
goes. There we go. No more ghosts in this room for the rest of the game. Alright. This is either Vanilla Ice Beam or we're going back to our ship. First time. There you go. Yeah, first try. Sad. Alright, back to our ship. Also, a better view of that Phazon suit. For just a moment. What?
What just happened?
Right! Major cutscene removal, it puts you just to the right of the ship's opening.
What?
I mean, just to the left. So when you go to
What is
dash
this?
away from it,
Yeah.
from it, it immediately just saves.
Amazing.
I did it at the very start of the scene too. Alright. Back to play with more lava. Our ice beam is probably on Thardis. Which reminds me, I should go check Upper Fiery Shores before I actually go to Workstation. If there's one thing I could find relief in is that I know that plasma processing can't be anything important. Because Boost is locked by plasma.
What do you mean? It could still be a shiny missile.
If it is, we'll never know.
I got Voltorbed.
Welp.
You know what also has an orb? Metroid Prime. Shrink and grow orb.
Yeah, you can actually, in the setting, set yourself to be a really small Samus that's just really floaty. That was weird, but sure. Do I have anything else in front of Findrana? I don't think so. Just that boost ball that we know about. Alright, can I not get shot when I start the stash this time? Thank you, game. Before there were the beginner scan dashes in Logic, that logically would have required boost ball. Alright, let's find out what this is. Nothing important. Alright, let's go to Workstation. unmorph. When you target the Magmore instead of the grapple point. Good job, game.
Well, that's the right way to play the game. Didn't you know?
Apparently. Alright, I have Gravity who needs Spider.
Yeah, it's one of those like beginner things that's like, oh yeah, you can just jump out of the lava, you're fine. You can even you don't even need a suit, you can even just like double bomb jump out. Although it's a bit precise for timing. With gravity, it's just free.
Oh, I did not mean to hit the lava first. Well, that messed that up. That's fine. I got most of the way with that. That works. Right, I forgot. I can't kill those with wave. Alright, glad I have 100 missiles, because these pirates need to go. I love how the second one just got in the way of the third one.
Yeah.
Not workstation.
Doesn't seem to be working out yet.
No. Alright, so
Ooh,
progression's
we hit
on rock.
$2,000. Nice.
Yo!
Yay.
Well, if y'all need a time for donations or to talk about anything, now's a good time to do it.
I wasn't even thinking about that. So my bad.
No, you are good. Whoops. Alright, the real question is our progression on the rock itself, or is it going to be on monitor?
Do I have time to read a donation by chance?
You do.
So we had a $20 donation come in from Danny with a comment of, just looked at incentives and the last Final Fantasy V Career Day character needs a name. 6-character limit, huh? I got it. Fizzle. And thank you to everyone that's donated so far. You've already helped make this marathon more successful than we could have imagined, and we're beyond grateful. Thank you for the $20 donation, Danny, and that puts us to $2,000.
Yeah, well done.
Hey. Well,
I'll clap.
progression on the pile of rocks. Now we're gonna sit here for a moment. If you have anything else, if you want to talk about the thing, about the charity we're doing this for, now's a good time too, because we're gonna sit here for about a minute waiting for this rock to spawn.
Oh boy, we got time to wait while a rock spawns? Perfect. So,
I don't think
We-
you actually hit the trigger. Oh, no,
I
never
did.
mind.
uh,
Oh, right, the walking animation. Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm Bash Prime.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
good job, Bash. So, we are here benefiting the Liam Foundation, which is a foundation that helps encourage, assist, heal, and empower the LGBTQIA plus community through respect, advocacy, and passionate hearts to promote thriving in society. And we have been
Big cause.
we've been going since yesterday morning, and we will be continuing through Sunday. So there is still a lot of time to get donations in and be entered in for some awesome prizes. And I see we have Thardis on screen.
Yep, he's already a third of the way dead.
He's asking
I mean,
if you can hit
technically.
$4,000 by the end of today.
Oh, sheesh, that'd be incredible, wouldn't it?
Come on,
But
do it.
so
Do it, viewers.
even despite what the health bar says, this fight's already half over.
Yeah, fun fact, so what Arrow just did, you can lay morph ball bombs while Thardis rolls, and that'll just hit the rock and take it out of the first, like, half of its, like... So, like, the rocks are initially invisible and need thermal to see them, but, they're always in the same. The patterns of rocks that like become vulnerable are the same every time, and
Ooh, that was a good shot.
you can hit them even without thermal. But then hitting them with morph ball bombs for some reason just takes up like I think half the rock's health and makes them visible. It's a weird quirk, but it's very nice.
And that's the end of the fight. You'll see why in just a moment.
Oh, I think
Despite
the
it
other
still
seed I
having-
gen put bombs here.
One of the other seeds? Yeah, but we've had that enough times already. I remember the weekly seed we had one time, which I gave you the seed that had
I had that in the cross game showcase. And I wasn't
and
expecting
he's
it.
dead. Now we get to watch him die. And we have to wait for the item to spawn. But what I was about to say is we've had a weekly seed where Space Jump was here.
Excellent.
Bash wasn't able to play that weekly, so someone submitted that seed to him as a viewer seed. And the reaction when Space Jump was there was great. Of course it is!
You're welcome.
Yep, we last locationed this.
And I recall you saying that you were in a good position to go back to the save that you put at the beginning of
To fight Thardus, but then
Courtyard to
something
fight
was on
Thardus, and
observatory.
then
Yep.
you were like, "Oh well, you know, I didn't get punished because I went to Tower of Light." I'm like, "Well, you're getting punished once you come back here." So
Yeah, because that was my last check available, and now literally the entire world is open to me outside of like lower mines, which we still need
Ann
to
Arbor
do
Chamber.
anyway.
legally speaking,
Legally, yeah. Oh right, I don't have plasma beam. I can't open that. Thankfully, all we're looking for is plasma, so plasma lot stuff I can just avoid now. Oh, I am on the complete wrong side of this room.
oh, there actually is a plasma check over here. I forgot about.
There is.
That's one of the worst checks in the game. It's
It
you need a
is.
bunch of stuff to get there. You need every beam. You need power bombs, either bombs or space jump.
You need a lot of stuff to get to it. Where am I at? Oh. That's another thing about those enemies. They mess with your screen. I hate it. Alright, a lot of people check this going forward. Some people check back at Fendrana in reverse like I do.
I think
I like
reverse
doing
is
it
more efficient.
I think reverse is more efficient, and if you end up having to get the gravity up,
Nice
not
busted
doing
seed.
it. Meme Buster can stay there. Missiles, okay. I don't like having to grab the gravity chamber item because if we have to grab this item, it spawns flying pirates throughout the rest of most of Fendrana. Which is not as bad compared to the other alternative, is when something's on plasma processing. And, you spawn beam pirates in mines. Or in a couple rooms in mines, I think it is. The main one being, Phazon Processing Center. Which has one of our artifacts. Oh, I'm glad I don't have to do this plasma check, because I'm out of power bombs. And getting a power bomb dropout here is horrible.
Yeah, your best bet's to go back to labs or farm these pirates.
It's farming the pirates, and that's that's already bad.
Yeah, I think labs is still technically better, and that's still quite the backtrack.
Yep, because this is the furthest room out. Thankfully, the item doesn't matter here. I'm about to do this without killing that pirate. Let me not do that. I don't feel like dealing with them. Wait,
So
did I think you just drop a power bomb? Wow.
What's funny is the two checks up here. The more like restrictive check is called storage cave, and the more easily accessible check is called security cave.
Which is
And I've never
hilarious.
understood why it's named that. Because it's just an open morph wall tunnel, whereas this one's like you need to destroy the rock with like power bomb. Then there's a plasma door.
Yeah, it's just very protected.
Okay, I guess you technically need grapple to get there, but still.
To no surprise, it's missiles, and unless Frost Cave has something, Plasma's chilling in mines. Oh no, Ice Beam unlocks. Frigate's fully in play. The only Hunter Metroid that's not in mines. Given they only appear in 2 rooms naturally in the game. Okay, that's it for Back of Fen. I think I'm going to go to Mines and do Frigate.
Yeah, you're in a pretty good position to route. Because mine's is right
Yeah.
there, and
Like, I could go to Mines through PPC here, but I don't have any power. Only 1 power bomb. And I could just warp to start.
you get the guaranteed one though.
Yeah, there is the 1 guarantee one, so I would have an extra power bomb. Whoops. Let me not pause while it's trying to warp me. But, like, this is a good spot to route in Frigate here, because this gets me to Mines. The only downside is we're only 1 item from go mode, because we can just go back and pick up the boost ball at any time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was actually a really good dash across crash site. Oh, the pirates aren't here no more. I never killed them though. Hold up, I'm checking Overgrown Cavern first. So we're gonna climb up the frigate. More example of how is this standable?
The question you should ask yourself isn't why, but why not?
The other question. Oh right, I knew
yeah,
this
that's
was an
right.
artifact.
I mean, I forgot about that, so don't worry.
Yeah. So I'm glad I got this. Cool. Things are standable because magic. Yeah. Well, here's the thing about frigate.
The magic pixels.
Crashed frigate. There is like 5 or 6 different ways to climb this thing.
Yeah.
I think the one I do is actually the longest one. It's the I think it's also like one of the safest ones, but also the one that takes the longest because it takes more jumps. Frigate is broken. Yep. I mean, yep. Okay. I'm glad I have Ice Beam though. I would have rather found Plasma first, but finding Plasma there, all it would have done would have been like, hey, your Ice Beam is in Chozo Ice Temple. Because that's the only, come on, open up before these things unfreeze. And while you logically require thermal for this, you don't need it. Though I'm glad to have thermal for this because this lets me switch to thermal visor and actually target the conduit points. Wrong visor, game.
Crash Frigate, I think casually is like one of my favorite places. It's like there's like an odd melancholy feel to it.
Yeah, it's a really cool place. Oh, it's not this.
0 for 1 so far.
Yep.
Will Frigate have anything?
I mean, it's either going to have nothing.
I don't know
it's
what's
going to
worse, having progression or it being a troll, and thinking it has progression.
Both are equally bad. In this case, though, I'm mainly using Frigate as transport between here and Mines, so it's fine. Alright, this is one of the most obnoxious checks in the game. Because it requires it has one of the highest item requirements.
Like, not only do you need 2 beams and then, like, technically gravity suit, then you need super missiles. It's just like, where can they be? So luckily, you...
Oh, I missed.
I mean, this is the missile room.
We're in go mode. Also, that is rude.
I'm disappointed. I didn't try hard enough to coax you into Mines through Magmore.
Speaking of which, I think I'm going backwards to the save room. Forget hydroactive tunnel.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I want
Yeah, normally you
to.
just go through, but
I immediately want to go back to Fendrana and get boost ball before I do mines.
that's valid.
Because I want speedy movement.
It's a matter of like when you do that backtrack too.
And plus the save room is right here,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, you're close to Fendrana pretty much right now. Well, another thing you could argue for too. Well, yeah, it's a toss-up. I think
Neither
you're
are really
going slightly faster.
neither are really great options. I could go through and just do mines now.
Yeah,
because
you could double dip mines and go to like PPC and then leave to go to Magmore, but then like that's still like kind of out of the way.
Well, I
I
can't
think
remember. I'd have
this
to
is
look.
definitely more straightforward.
I'd have to look at the artifacts again, but I don't
Yeah,
think there's any in upper mines. I think they're all in lower, which I can do without boost. It's just right. I forgot about that. Well, it refills my power
it
bomb.
strikes
for sure.
again.
So while we're on the way to get Boost Ball and head towards mines, do you mind if I plug some of the work that the Liam Foundation does?
Go for it.
So the Liam Foundation has quite a few things that they do. A couple of them are assisting local kindergarten through 12 schools in beginning gender and sexualities alliance student groups, and they also provide temporary housing for LGBTQIA plus youth who have been kicked out of their home after coming out. And
That's so important, especially nowadays.
it is extremely important nowadays. It's massive having the extra housing available for those that have decided to come out as any of the LGBTQIA plus.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to live in a time where like that's needed, but just with the way things are, like especially state by state, where it's crazy how depending on where you live, you can be just more or less disenfranchised if you're LGBTQI plus in some way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's good to have things like this available.
Absolutely need programs like this.
And another very big one is that the foundation helps parents and LGBTQIA plus individuals find queer-affirming healthcare, including general doctors, specialists, and therapists, which that's also extremely huge in this time.
Indeed.
Now, I have a question for you pertaining to the randomizer in and of itself.
Yep.
Where might people go if they're watching this and go, this looks like something I might like to do?
There is a Discord server for that.
You can go to randodiscord.metroidprime.run. You can also just go to metroidprime.run. There's the link to it there too.
Yep. And there's a lot of people in there who will be happy to help you get set up.
Yeah,
not
the
too
Prime
hard to
Rando
get
community is
that.
pretty awesome. I'm really fortunate to have so many great people there.
And
Sorry, I interjected too much.
No, you're good. And the Randomania app supports more than just the 2 Prime games. It's soon to have support for Prime 3. It already supports Cave Story. And it's also working, and it's also in beta for support for Metroid Dread.
Yeah, Dread's very playable. I think the last big obstacle is getting multi-world working before it gets released.
Imagine that being working. All right.
Yeah, imagine your Phazon suit being on the Frenia cross-bomb puzzle.
No, thank you.
Let's not. If the game was more stable, I probably would have fought harder to have it put in this one, because I did submit it for this one, but Dread still has a few little hiccups that needs to be dealt with.
I think mainly it's emulator too.
Yeah, there's still crashes on the emulator for it. It runs good. It runs great on console though. All right, we have our boost ball. What's our quickest way back to Magmore Mines. We need to go to lower mines, so I think we'll just go back through Thardish Room.
Yeah, that's the good idea. That or just pass through monitor station. But
There's
you
a
already, you already
lot
did
of
Tardis, so
people. There's a lot of people who would love to see the stuff be able to work with Archipelago. I don't know what's yeah, like Dark Zero said, Dread's mostly bug fixes at this point. It's making sure everything's good to go. At least we are far past the point where half the seeds we generate might be broken. They're all good now. Mostly. Oh, I'm dealing with
that's good
pirates in
too. 'Cause
here.
that means
I should have killed them first. Oh no, we're fine.
actually worked out too.
Also, shoutouts to the flying pirates having the aim of stormtroopers.
Oh, not for me. They don't. They hit me pretty accurately.
But yeah, Dread's been a lot of fun. I've been playing that. Me and Bash have both been playing that one a good bit.
When are you gonna send me some more seeds?
The next seed I'm sending you is Dread. I just need to gen something funny.
The seed I played a couple days ago had my go mode wave
Yeah, that
beam
was funny.
in the lower gyron, like next to the elevator. Again, like
I need to get back and do another 80%. I hit 2 out way back when it first came out. I got down to 2 hours 80% NMG and then
oh nice.
haven't touched it since.
I've done like 3 like any percent / NMG runs.
Yeah, I think it's only been like
I
it was
could
only
bring
like
my
3 or
time
4
down more,
runs.
but I haven't really
I feel
been
like
in a
with
huge speedrun mood.
same. Same. I haven't really been running any of the categories. It was like I run the one in Dread. I run Pantheon 1 and Hollow Knight. Given that's a stressful run because that's only a 3-minute run. And most of your resets, split resets, are on the first 2 bosses. Because it's literally just a boss rush. Alright. So, also, that Ice Beam on Thardas did make this an all bosses seed.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So,
It only took
everyone
me
got
5 attempts
content
to
for
gen
that.
this seed with the settings you gave me.
Yeah. Yeah, all major bosses required. Well, actually, all bosses in general are required. Because there aren't really many sub-bosses in Prime. I think, like, Mama Sheegoth is the main one, and that had Vanilla Wave Beam. So... Also, now you get to see why Plasma Beam is the most broken beam in this game.
Plasma's stupid good in Prime 1.
And this is why I wanted Power Bombs. Crazy enough, we still are not legally able to use Power Bombs.
Yeah. I think Plasma just overall is the highest DPS of any beam. It does, I think, 6 times as much damage with single shots as Power Beam, and it's twice as strong as a fully charged Power Beam.
So y'all won't be seeing much of mines here. Y'all get to see the lower mines.
Like
But,
individual Power Beam shots do 2 damage. Fully charged Power Beam does 50. Individually shot Plasma does, I think, 12, and then fully charged is 100.
Also, I hear the cutscene below triggering for the Elite Pirate.
Yeah, don't have to worry about that anymore, I guess.
Yeah, I hit the trigger for it.
Yo, nice vanilla
We don't
E-tank.
yet. Yeah, that is vanilla E-tank. We're good on 5, though. Need to switch to Power Beam because I do have to fight this Elite. I think I got a power bomb shot out of that. No. Anything down there I care about. More E-tanks. Let's see if I can avoid triggering this guy. As soon as I say it! Alright, we should be back at 3 now. Yep. Hello and goodbye to the firing squad.
You're probably happy to have that boost ball now.
Yep. Else I would have had to do that the normal way. Alright, let's just avoid the Metroids and cross through the room as quick as possible. That was worrying for a second. Random pickup there. I think the only thing that would be in MQA that I would even partially care about oh, that's missiles. By the way, a Metroid's worst enemy. Doors. And now they all just walk away in a row. I think it's the first time I've ever seen that happen. They waddled away.
Waddle, waddle.
Oh, look. It's the crater. Thanks to major cutscene removal, when we finish the game, we'll be able to stand at the bottom of that because funny stuff's going to happen during the final cutscene and I can still move during it.
Oh, no.
Let's get this artifact. 2 to go. Got a really good missile count for OP. Given I could have had half of this amount and had a good missile count. Wait, did you stop dodging my ice beam? That's the one downside with ice beam. While it has a lot of damage output, it's not the fastest beam in the world. I've got a feeling I'm gonna want to hop off from that. There's a dash to get across that, but I don't feel like dealing with that. Alright, Phazon Mining Tunnel. This is the one spot in the game I asked Bash not to put an artifact. Why? Because it nullifies the Phazon suit hint. Because you gotta get all the artifacts to get the Phazon suit hint. So putting an artifact in the one check in the game, it's another E-tank, that's locked by Phazon suit is kind of rude. It's like, well, so much for that hint. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna boost and spring through this room. This is just when I tell the Metroids they're too slow. And I'm gonna power bomb here just to make sure they all die. Uh-oh. I need to not miss this again, else, that was gonna happen. That was convenient.
Yeah, I think Plasma has like splash damage or something.
Plasma has a little bit of splash damage, plus a fully charged shot can kill a Metroid.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not charge this beam before we exit this room, else those things behind me will kill me. Because they'll trap you and just drain you of health till you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's see if I can get this dash and not deal with them. The answer is no. We gotta try it one more time.
The answer may surprise you.
And I get hit on the dash. Okay, we're doing this the normal way. Beam pirates are very annoying creatures. They're easily the toughest enemies, normal enemies in the game. I really just jumped. Well, you know what? They're dead. I should be able to make this now. The answer is no, I still don't make it. Okay, fine. I really like the purple in this Phazon suit.
Mm-hmm. It's nice. I'll go for blue myself usually.
I like swapping it up between blue, purple, and yellow. We're gonna save here, just in case something goes horrifically wrong. Because while most of the time, Omega Pirate's very cooperative, you're also dealing with Beam Pirates the entire time.
Might as well play it safe.
Yep. Well, yeah, because I haven't saved since before coming to mine, so that would kind of suck.
Yeah, and you're good on artifacts, so as soon as OP is done,
Yeah,
that'll
because this
be
will be
final
number...
bosses.
Yeah, because this will be number 9.
Yeah, normally there's 12, but I think artifact-wise it's a bit excessive.
Yep.
6 to like 9 is a pretty good balancing point. We stick with the vanilla 9 and echoes because I think because there are more checks to be found. There's more progression in echoes than there is in Prime.
Oh, I broke that one too early. Oh well.
Too early. It's fine.
Oh, I wanted to do damage to all of them before I broke it.
Oh.
So I could just break them all in succession. It's cool, we still did fine.
Yeah, so fun fact, if you skip the cutscene when you start the Omega Pirate fight and start the fight to his side, Elite Pirates have this thing where their AI initially starts them standing in place, so they look around for you. Nice pirate.
Yeah, good pirate RNG. I got the ones I wanted.
So Omega Pirate will just like stand there and then just kind of look around looking for you, and then only if you're in its line of sight will it actually like aggro.
Yep.
And that's with every
All
Elite
of
Pirate in the
the
game.
Yep. I
And then the thing with
don't
this
know if
fight
I've got
is-
the one cycle or not. I took a little too long on the first cycle. It comes down to these pirates. Got it.
Nice.
Alright, so let's scan this while we wait. Because we have to wait for this thing to happen. We're going to watch them die now.
I think this is what lets you actually see the item, because normally it just gives the item to you.
Yeah, the item will then
Like, there's
spawn.
no pickup for you to collect. It's just, you have the thing now.
Artifact, please.
Yep, there is. Nice,
Nice,
fanfare.
immediately giving me the music. Alright, and now we get to go fight final bosses. And we get to talk about this little funny interaction with Boost Ball and Ridley. Oh, I was hoping this would be like something funny, but I was like, actually no, we saw Meme Buster. There's something else that could have been, other than maybe an E-Tank.
Do you want to save some time?
How much time?
Probably a couple minutes, depending on which save station you're going to.
The intent is workstation.
You have MQB though.
True, but I'll do the spider climb or spiderless climb.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I keep forgetting. It's like I could just go back to MQB. That is destroyed, right? That thing being alive could make this very not friendly. But speaking of standable terrain and getting higher places. Nice. But yeah, going to MQB would have saved me about a minute. That went well, though. And it looks like we're going to finish right under estimated time.
You've got some breathing room. I
Oh,
figure,
definitely.
You
Final bosses are going to take like 10. So, that's including Ridley. From ship save to finish is like 10 minutes. When it's time stop, Time stops when we do the final hit on Essence, and I will call when we're about to hit
Yeah.
time. It'll be on the final hit of Metroid Prime Essence. Roll through here in Morph Ball so I don't accidentally touch the elevator. Now, unlike before, we're actually going to intentionally jump into the ship this time to refill all our ammo.
Yeah.
Not pause. Wasted scan dash just to go.
It's so weird. It's such a weird thing that major cutscenes like changes.
Yeah, I forgot I put this on the side of the ship.
I think it screws up SJF for me because it puts me into the cutscene when I attempt it. That's
Nice,
so
got that
busted. It's not
Spring Ball is
fair,
so
Arrow.
fun. Spring Ball is so fun. This is why I've tried to RA it into every single one of our 30 races. Even though I've only gotten it for 2 of them. Alright, let's go smack a dragon. The oversized lizard. First of the final bosses. So, Bash, if you would like, when we get to the flying part of this, you can explain why Boost Ball is so important here.
Well, you're in the flying part already, so I guess I'll explain it.
Yup, that was actually really quick.
So Ridley has 2 phases, air phase and ground phase. Air phase is about 2,000 HP, and ground phase has around 600. Air phase is notorious for taking a while. But there is a oversight in the game. It might have been due to testing boost ball damage. That's right, boost ball can damage things. Normally, it's meant to quick kill.
And there it is.
Weaker enemies, but boost ball.
Goodbye,
the
health
reason-
bar.
is set to do 50,000 damage per frame that the hitbox on it's active. So, by far the most powerful weapon in Samus's arsenal. Not plasma beam, not flamethrower, not super missiles.
Stop trying to
Boost ball.
dash.
Not even power bombs. So it just does delete health bar damage on flying phase. Although I think it was patched in Trilogy.
It was patched in Trilogy. Ridley was also given a new attack in Trilogy during flight phase. And
Right.
Ridley's dead and have a flying
Big ol'
missile
stomp,
that will...
What? Oh my god.
That's
great.
caused by major cutscene removal. If you stand here, the moment Ridley falls down, you'll immediately go to Impact Crater.
Oh, I didn't realize it was then. That's cool.
Yep, it triggers as soon as that happens. Alright, first of 3 bosses.
Yeah, you have quite the gauntlet.
Yeah,
Echoes
Prime
is
Final-
interesting.
Echoes is only 2 bosses, and it's also only a fraction of the time. The circling
Yeah.
missile, yep. There's our phase-on suit hint.
Shouts to
In
the Toaster
Chozo.
Party.
We found that already, though. That would have been hilarious if I had not gone back to Chozo and read that hint. I would have been like, wait a minute. Alright, well, Jack and Jill knock us down the hill.
Oh, I think one of the organizers is asking about time. Time won't be until basically. So there's 2 more boss fights coming up on the second one. After Arrow kills the boss,
Whoa.
it'll like move around, and then a cutscene will start, and it'll basically be on the cutscene. We'll announce time when that happens.
Yeah, because it's major cutscene removal, so you won't see you won't actually see the
Oh,
trigger.
actually, would time actually be considered different since you're still in control of Samus at that point, or would you want to just?
It's no time still happens on the essence thing.
All right.
Yeah, because
Well, I
we've
can
had
approximate it enough because I've played this game.
we've
enough
had
times.
we've had tourney raises with major cutscene removal.
I thought you were gonna get knocked off
Back
there.
off. Yeah, I know, it almost knocked me. I'm like, no, this is why we call those 2 Metroids Jack and Jill. We switch to Power Beam.
Went up the phase encore. Oh,
Also-
yeah, that's right. This is all. So
You jump down
Toaster was in my
manually.
chat when I had first played. I'm like, oh yeah, this is like really cool. So Toaster's inspiration for major cutscene removal was so that this was more interactive. where you actually had to
And-
jump down and fight Exo yourself.
Oh
Or
my
like,
gosh.
there was no cutscene needed. You just jumped down and engaged or Exo.
Yep. The worst part about fighting Exo, wave phases. But you can also just like, AI manip here and just chill right in front of it, and it'll continuously do the same attack over and over and
Yeah,
over.
it's super neat for speedruns. Because Exo likes to kind of just do whatever it wants, especially in the fourth phase of the fight.
Especially in the fourth. Starts wave. I wish it would have started ice.
Fantastic RNG.
I would have loved if it had started ice and it skipped wave phase. Because with ice, actually with any of the next phases, if you have power or ice phase, you could potentially skip the entire phase. With power phase, just hitting enough super missiles. With ice, just literally hitting a single ice spreader. Like, we may skip ice phase here. Uh-oh. Nope, I'm not gonna try to because I am too busy trying to break these things. Oh, cool, I actually hit that.
Ice beam can be pretty hard to hit sometimes because it's the slowest traveling
It's such
projectile.
a slow beam. That's also what makes Ice Spreader nice for it, because Ice Spreader is also really fast.
Yeah, I think Ice Spreader's as fast as supers.
Yeah. What are we starting with? Power beam, cool. I like that for this. Because you can just sit here and aim your 2 shots and call it a day.
Most of the time, I think it starts power or plasma. It can rarely start wave, which
It sometimes starts
happened to
wave.
me, like, 2
I've
weeks
never
ago,
seen
I
it.
think.
It just dodged my super missile shot. Rude. Okay, we got ice. Hopefully we skip wave phase with this.
Yeah.
Ooh, hit 2 of those in a row. Alright, so we're not going to try to do the mid-run strat here because we're going to try to ice spreader on the turnaround. Why didn't it fire?
Do you not have Ice Spreader? You don't have Ice Spreader.
But I picked it up.
Where was it again? Oh, it was in Control Tower. You reset after Control Tower.
Oh, right. I reset away the ice spreader. Never mind. Sorry, I don't get to see the face hit with ice.
I'm Bash Friend.
Yeah, we'll blame Bash. It's fine. That's fine. This is mostly a cooperative wave phase. You need to roll worse seats for that to happen. Oh, I did not mean to fire that. Oh well. We'll just get the turnaround. Or not. It's fine though. Plasma beam does a lot of damage as well, if I can hit it. I've heard you might be Bash Fry.
Something like that, yeah.
Alright, and because I don't have the spreader anymore, I would prefer to see as many power or plasma phases as possible. Immediately gets a wave phase, and we get the fast stack, so... Welcome to the troll that is Subchamber 4.
Good start.
Okay, its speed looks like it's back to normal. Ooh, I agree with the phase change. Back up and try to get this hit. I think I got it. Nice. That was too early. I do appreciate another plasma phase, though. Rude! Switches to ice, so I switch beams, and then it immediately switches again. Okay, I am glad I hit the plasma. You know what? I appreciate that. Now it's dead. And I'm already here, so I'm not even gonna deal with the walking through EXO.
Hey, I thought this was major cutscenes removal. What the heck?
Well, seeing how that's a loading screen. Health.
Okay.
Thank you. Alright, now let's pick up all this health. Oops. I did not mean
One more
to
boss
hit
fight
there.
to end the run. One more boss fight to, I don't know, like, background.
And thankfully, I have all visors. This is also a fun fight to not have cutscenes with, because as soon as it changes...
At least you have all your visors too.
Alright, I would like you to move, please. Nope, move. There we go.
What Arrow's
Which
doing
one's
here for
staggered?
attack canceling. Basically,
Yeah.
when you shoot Phazon Beam at Essence, it'll immediately go into its next animation after it does the recoil animation. And so we can just abuse this, so we can abuse this so that it'll go through its attack queue before it lays another pool as soon as possible. That's one way to expedite the fight. Arrow's gonna do this again, and then I think you're gonna do the pool cancel strat, right? So the 3 pool strat. Focusing. So the common strat here is to do a 3 pool. So what Arrow's gonna do next, I think, is pool cancel, which will let Arrow conserve the Phazon ammunition from the Phazon pool, and ultimately do more damage overall. Don't think that's gonna quite. We'll see.
No, I had to use some of it to deal with the Metroids because I only have 2 power bombs left, or 1 power bomb left, something like that. I don't know if I got a drop or not. Oh, I'm out of Phazon.
Yeah,
I was a little too aggressive.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I was a little too aggressive. Get away from the EXO. Thank you. We could get pool canceled.
You're probably gonna get pool skip now.
No, this is actually a really good spot.
Oh wow, that was just out of the trigger.
All right, time coming up in a few seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. So now Vision Metroids. Time's coming
And
up.
time.
Oh. Oh, okay.
The scene triggers and then goes back into movement.
Yeah. GG's.
GG's. Now we get to see the funny thing I was talking about for Artifact Temple during the credit cutscene, and we're gonna check credits to see where power bombs were, because we never found our actual power bombs. We just found expansions and used them. So the funny thing about this, with major cutscene removal, this version of Artifact Temple is actually a different room separate from the rest of the game. So, also we lost our Phazon suit because it was absorbed by Prime.
Oh no.
You can fall through the world and chill at the bottom of Impact Crater. Why? Why not?
Oh wow, it's actual collision too. That's great.
Yeah, there's actual collision down here. Now, let me find a good spot to look up to see if we can see our ship.
Wait, open the map real quick.
It has
Doesn't
nothing.
even have a room name. Wow.
Yeah, no room name. Trying to see our ship. Oh, there, I got it in frame right at the end. Alright, let's find out where power bombs were. It's probably in mines.
Rest in peace, Andy O'Neill and Mark Cage Hutchinson.
Yeah, it has a map
to
mark.
David Zoidfish and Jack Matthews. And honestly, the rest of everybody that worked at Retro Studios in the early 2000s, making this incredible game.
Here we go. Oh, wow. That's so out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
I was never getting that. Because I didn't have boost when I went through Frigate, so if I hadn't have found Plasma, I would not have gone to Tower. I wouldn't have gone to Traitor's Chamber.
If you had done Thardus first, you may have
I may have ended up
life
with
grove
it.
at all this seed.
Yeah, no life
Didn't
grove.
need to.
No life grove. If still hunting Phazon suit, I probably would have hunting Phazon suit. Well, no, probably not, because I would have rushed artifacts for the hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what the end game time is. I'm going to assume about 135, 140. Well, no, I had a reset, so it might be lower.
You're in the
that.
130 range.
Yeah, so I had a reset, so it might be lower than that. $140 even.
Oh,
wow.
Surprise.
That is a surprise. Cool. Good seed. There were some trolls involved. This was an all bosses seed. You know, it says we could warp to start here. I don't think we can warp to start.
Yeah, I found that
The
really
final
amusing.
save. Even 140 indeed, that was pretty good. Like the seed I submitted, like the run I submitted when putting this up was only like a 120 something run, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna want a content seed for this, so we're estimating 2 hours here,
Hopefully that was good
and
enough.
it was a very good estimate. I could have like put more dumb settings in, but then it just adds more variance to the time. Where it'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
dumb settings estimate 3 hours, but what if it ends up being a jet and I'm done in 2? Yeah, GG's. That went very well.
Yeah, if you want to play the randomizer again, you go to randodiscord.metroidprime.run, or you can even just go to metroidprime.run.
Yep. People are often hosting races, multi-worlds, all kinds of stuff. Prime Random. Yeah, we just finished. Bash, your link is terminated by Twitch.
Oh. Oh, it looked fine to me. I
You
didn't realize
missed
it
it.
got deleted.
You missed a run. It was all bosses required.
Bash, if you did the command exclamation point in PR, it would actually
Oh, there we go.
post
Didn't
the
realize that
link.
was a command. Sorry about
There you
that.
go.
Oh, good. I
Thanks.
didn't realize it was either.
Yeah, I'd say use the Discord link. The website's broken. I haven't fixed it in like way too long.
But yeah, definitely check that out. But yeah, if you said you missed the seed. Yeah, Flagra and Omega Pirate locking artifacts, and then you had Thordis with Ice Beam. But yeah, I think that's about gonna do it for us here. Just in time for, I believe, the next run to start.
Yeah, perfect on timing. We will have Soul Blazer Randomizer coming up here in just a few moments with Sir Linkalot running it. And I gotta say, Arrow, that was entertaining as can be. Thank you for running for us, and Bash, thank you for doing the commentary.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
No problem. Next time we have one of these, I'll try to submit the other Prime game.
Oh, Prime 2 Rando would be fantastic
Yeah.
to see.
Honestly, we may need to put a slightly higher estimate on that one though, because I may drag Bash along and do a 2-player Echoes multi.
Oh yeah, that's a possibility.
Look, it's gonna be fine until
Extra-
someone has screw attack on someone else's Chica or something.
I mean, extra opportunity to have SDK on Mining Plaza.
No. Your screw attack on my Mining Plaza. There we go.
No.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the multi-worlds can get kind of nutty. Especially when it supports both Prime 1 and 2 as cross-game. So...
I mean, just wait till Dread gets added, right?
Oh, I
Pretty
can't
much.
wait. I can't wait. I'll be immediately on that. But yep, that'll do it for us. Go ahead and hop out and make room for the next run, which is scheduled to start now. So, GG's once again, and good luck on the rest of the marathon. We're already 4 times the goal we had